Hello, Excalibur. Again, telepathic notification. That is so funny. Well, you're the first one as usual, and that's very encouraging. I'm good, Excalibur. Thank you very much. Actually preparing my special concoction of the day, which while I'm waiting for the others to join us, which is the crystallized beet from Germany and cranberry, pure cranberry juice with hot water. They're only about like 1/7 or 1/8 of a cup, 1/10 of a cup. The rest is going to be hot water, and hopefully we'll see what kind of concoction that is. If I'm still talking, that means it wasn't that bad. So, the moment of the truth. Yeah, I have. That's that's right. It's no less than that. All magic potions. So looks like it's you and I only. Where were you located, Excalibur? The concoction turned out to be pretty good. Not bad at all. The sweetness of the natural crystallized beet powder and the cranberry juice, the tartness of it, works out fine. Oh, I asked them, where are you located? I forgot. Pretty damn good drink. Awesome. Ah, yes. Just before the typing came, I remembered. Spain. Yes. So I should say, ¿Cómo stai? Yeah? Or is that Italian? Are you Spanish by birth, or have you immigrated there, or you're just there for work or school or visit or whatever? Ah, I see. Morocco. Oh, Morocco has beautiful horses. I know because I love horses. Is the connection better now? Is it still cutting? I wonder what else I have to do to make it all better. But seemed to be okay the first time we tried. Yeah, those Moroccan horses, if they're the right ones, they're precious. They're just beautiful. Very special. Yeah, that's right. That's true. If I was there, I would have sure loved to say hello to those horses. When I see horses, like if I've seen a member of my family, somehow it's like I have that bond, that connection, that interest and respect for them. Huh. Studies. What are you studying? And what is your first name? Like real name? if you don't mind to be known worldwide on this on this forum, economics and marketing. Good. Is the connection okay? Is the sound smooth, or because mostly it's green here, but then I got red, so I kind of wonder when I get red. Hello, Chula. How are you? Hello, Rob. Buongiorno. ¿Cómo stai? Good connection, Chula. Good. Hello, Noreen from Edmonton. Finally, somebody from home ground. Jack, hello again. Why can't we see your handsome face? Jack says. Well, because when I put my face on when I have the video capture, then there's more work for the CPU, and the kind of bitrate that we have in my area, which is limited to 1 megabyte, and I only have my bitrate speed is only about 740, 750. So even if it was full 1 megabyte, it wasn't enough to be really good. And then so when I put the video capture, it may reduce, probably will, and becomes choppy and reduces the quality. So I prefer to be able to have a connection. At least you guys can hear my voice until I figure out and figure out how I can have a video chat as well without interruption, so you guys won't get really frustrated. Neither would I. Excalibur J responded. So as long as the voice is good, I'm happy. Like there's no lags, I'm okay. Nadine, hello from Bern. Good. The closest I can come to Swiss talk is Deutsch. Guten Tag. Wie geht's heute? And Rob says, hello everyone. Well, that's good. Jack, nice to hear your voice. Okay, good. Just guys, do me a favor and let me know at the moment how the reception is, if the voice is clear, if there are any lags, or you're all happy without having to pull your hairs, as it has become a ritual for Excalibur to do that when he gets lags on the transmission. Also, let me know, guys, if you did see the post, and that's on my Facebook page, and that's how you end up here, or you just saw YouTube telling you that I'm live and then you got in. Yeah, ritual Excalibur. Yeah, you're you're hair puller from from now on. I'm more worried about you pulling your hair than the actual reception being lagging or having trouble. The last thing I want to do is give you guys trouble, anxieties. Okay, Rob, so it's loud and clear. That's good. Well, Excalibur, this concoctions that I made today for my drink is actually amazing. As I mentioned, it's just about 1/20th or 10th of the cup pure cranberry juice, unsweetened, and another scoop, like about 1 tablespoon of red beet crystals powder from Germany, and the rest is hot water. It turned out some mean drink that I enjoy, and it's good for you, you know. Beet, you know, supports the nitric oxide production, and cranberry juice, of course, has got its own goodness. So I'm in heaven. Also, Rob, you just accidentally then you did the login and you saw it. Somehow, maybe I should put the post a little earlier so people get to see it sooner or have more time to join us. Something of that sort, I guess I should figure out. Yes, I do remember Excalibur, someone joking, wishing me 1,000 years of life. Yeah, that was very good wish, and I wish his wish comes true. And extend and expand to all people that you know are here, your families, my family, and everybody else. Because they say the hard part of the life is the first 1,000 years. So let's get that over with. So I have a question here. It says, what do you think of the tardigrade? I wonder what that is. As far as I know, they're just some kind of a bugs, or they are, or maybe that's a different, maybe I'm thinking about tardigrades. They are water-dwelling, eight-legged things, micro animals. So maybe that's not what you really wanted to say. Tardigrade. I see. Not sure what that is. So moving on. Rob says here in Italy, 5 minutes to 1 a.m. Oh, really? That late? Well, it's Saturday night, so I guess you're not working tomorrow, so should be okay, I guess. I don't know. I saw that question. Rob also asked what's tardigrade. Jack sent something through, said, what do you think of the tardigrade? And I, closest to what I could understand, it's a waterborne little microbacteria. It's a little animal. But I don't know if that's what he wanted to say. So, what is love? Jack asks. So finally we have a question, guys. Legitimate question. Jack asks, I don't know if Jack is actually on something or smoking something or drinking something, because his questions are rather in and out. One was tardigrade, which I don't know what that is. Then says, baby, don't hurt me no more. And then he also says, what is love? Oh, what is love is the name of a song that follows with those lyrics, baby, don't hurt me. So I wonder, is there a question here, or we're just all being played with by Jack's questions? So let's see if we can have a question of some kind here. Excalibur says, I don't know, you're not there, I give you my love, but you don't care. Okay, these two guys, Jack and Excalibur, are singing songs. I don't know if they're singing it to each other or to everybody. So let me see if we have a question here from somebody so we can. Chula says, my girlfriend, okay, there it is. We have a question. Chula says, my girlfriend broke up with me 2 weeks ago, and she dated as soon as she left me. I was depressed and sad, so I asked someone out yesterday and got rejected. Now I feel depressed. How long should I wait to? First of all, you shouldn't be asking someone out just so that you can feel good about yourself and recover from the incident of the girlfriend having left you, because your intention wasn't really to ask this new girl out, was just something that obviously was apparent and could not carry a good intention of real interest to that new girl, and she rejected you. That's normal. If somebody comes out of the blue without getting to know you, having bonded with you, or having had any kind of a conversation with you, and she asks you out, you kind of hesitate. Say, what the hell is the story? Why would someone ask you out without really knowing much about you? And you would question that. And so and the girls do a lot more than that than the guys. So that's normal what she did, and does not consider you having been rejected. It just means that she read into your energy that you weren't serious, and you didn't deserve it because you really didn't try to get to know her first. I bet you just asked somebody that you barely knew out, or at least you didn't set some kind of a legitimate bonding at any level, or just conversing at any level to warrant that kind of a request. Now, the fact that she left you 2 weeks ago and immediately start dating with someone, well, you should know better. That means she didn't really break up with you 2 weeks ago. She broke up with you long before, when she starts getting to know this new guy. So usually 90% of the girls, we're not talking about all, because there's so many wonderful and different type of girls, but most girls usually leave their boyfriends not before they have found somebody else. It's just the way it works. Again, not all, but most are like that. I can't even put a percentage on it because, that can't be fair. But most girls, lots of girls, do that. And that's to their own reasoning of shortcomings, insecurities, and so on and so forth. So that is something to consider that way. Let's see what we have here. Excalibur says the song, Mary. Yeah, I figured that's a song. Jack says, I didn't mean to ask the question, but I couldn't help myself. Yeah, you burst into the song, and your your rest of the orchestra, Excalibur, followed with the song as well. Now let's see. Pablo says, I have a question. Good. He says, I have been dating my girlfriend for 6 months and she's been gone the past 2 weeks. And she is coming in 1 more week. Okay, so far so good. And Pablo continues, I've left very distant. I felt very distant from her and I haven't felt myself. Is this normal? Everything about your question is normal, but the last part that says I haven't felt myself, I am not sure what to make out of that. Is that supposed to mean that you felt very distant from her? And I can't figure out what the rest of it, and I haven't felt myself. Okay, I could make lots of different kind of meanings into that, but let's move on. Is this normal? Well, what you're feeling could be something real as far as intuition is concerned, that you feel she's distant because maybe while she's been gone she hasn't been in touch so far, or you feel distant because she's out of your sight and is therefore out of your mind, and you think because you're not thinking of her too much, or because you're not seeing her enough, that would mean that she's not thinking of you either, or she's not thinking of you as much as she used to. And you're maybe correlating the distance, physical distance, to a emotional distance, which it's neither here nor there. There's no real evidence to that. You just got to be patient and wait when she comes back, and don't try to get some kind of a affirmation that, oh, did you miss me, or why didn't you get, just don't be like that. Just be cool and let the days pass and do your things. And if she's really missed you, she's still the same as before she left, she will let you know with her actions and attention. And if not, then you also would reciprocate in the same way, because if there's no attraction both ways, well, it's not meaningful, and you go on. I don't know how old you are. Remember, guys, our rule was that let me know where you're tuning in from, and also your age, so at least I would be able to kind of connect better with your question and the answers that I want to make, to be with the experiences that you could be you could have experienced, with the examples that you could have experienced in your life, that would be more meaningful. So yeah, be cool about it, Pablo. It will all unfold itself without being so hasty and trying to put her under the magnifying glass, or ask so many questions and what did you do, where you went, and all that. Just leave it be. You cannot force anybody to be loyal to you. The best form of it would be if that person, the couples both are voluntarily loyal to each other, and they will know. What's the use of being together if there is no trust and loyalty? If you want to fool around with somebody else, well, then why are you getting into a relationship? So obviously, if she's a decent girl and she's with you, well, she wanted to have a relationship. But if she wants to fool around, then it's no use to be in that relationship and invest any time or energy anyhow. So you'll figure it out. So what do we have? Jack says, I'm in a goofy mood tonight. Well, good for you. No worries. The hair puller Excalibur says, Jesus, these guys are really having fun. That's good. Okay. Robert says, hey, sometimes when I hear you talking about boys and girls, I feel old since I'm 46-year-old. No, Robert. No, Rob. Not at all. Boys and girls is what every man and woman actually is. And it can apply to any man or woman at any age because we're all boys and girls. But if I use the word men and women, that may actually mean I'm only talking to the older listeners. And I want this to be inclusive of all, whether you're 17 years old or 60 years old, it all should be addressed in a way, delivered in a way that everybody would feel, included. And the word boys and girls always includes all of us, but in a more adult version of the meaning of the word. So, Jack says, when I got back with my ex, she told me she was thinking of me all the time, regardless of no contact. Well, okay, that's good. And Rob says, it's just a number. Yeah, of course. Jack says, what do you think of the flat earth theory? Yeah, I read that. I don't know what to say. All I know is that the spaceships that have flown and orbited around Earth kind of differs the theory. So why don't we wait and see what else they come up with and what evidences they have. Excalibur says, Mehran, I feel like you're better off writing in the still picture note. You're better off writing in the still picture note, let me know age and location, instead of orally saying it. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. But maybe I'll just put it on the kind of a comments, the head of the comments. That's all right. Anybody who forgets, I'll remind them. And Rob says, I think it shouldn't even be mentioned, not by you, of course. It is not flat. Yeah. Nice to hear that. I feel better. Okay. Pablo says, I'm 16 and living in Peru. Okay. Then make sure you don't be too sensitive when your girlfriend comes back and try to corner her to make sure that she, didn't go out with somebody else, or she missed you, or why she called. The more you do these things, the more the girls feel that you're not sure of yourself. And girls usually like someone who's not threatened and is sure of himself. So let her be and let her make her decisions in freedom and tranquility rather than, some kind of a debate. Jack says we should replace the word old with level. Some level 22 sound cooler. Now, are we going to get any question today, or are we just chit-chatting? If you're chit-chatting, okay, cool. I don't have to read it. You're reading it to everybody else. I'm becoming a sounding board. So I'll just look for questions. Otherwise, you guys can just chat, and we'll see how many other people will join looking for answers to their questions. So, Rob, where are you in Italy? I have seen Rome, Venice, that I remember. Venice. I was quite small last time I was in Italy. I have a question. Good, Rob says. Which one is your favorite, Mehran? Oh, which one is your favorite Mehran's quote? Mine is, have a little respect for yourself. Yeah. Well, I have lots of quotes that actually I'm preparing for a little project of having a company produce t-shirts with my logo on, and the monk that is sitting, and underneath it I'll have some of my sayings, and perhaps there would be 5 sayings that the purchaser can choose from those sayings which one will go under the logo. What do you guys think? That would be a good project for bringing some finances into the channel, so we can have, you know, little more of a promotion and equipment and whatever else that is necessary to make a better production or allocate more time to it. Jack says, when did you start your journey on relationship advice and psychology? Oh, that's a good question. How many of you are interested to know about that? Jack asked, when did you start your journey on relationship advice and psychology? Until we get the answer to that, because it's not a question, it's just something about me, and I don't know if too many people are interested about about me or my story. Therefore, I ask you guys before I answer it. So I go to the next question. Chula says, my girlfriend said she loves me, and 1 hour later she break up with me. she break up with me for someone else. Oh my goodness. Well, that is a classic, typical, and often a normal way that most girls approach their breakup moment. So don't be surprised, Chula. This is how it is. Just laugh it off. It's nothing more than that. Enjoy it. There's so many other girls that you will meet and you will love and you will experience a relationship with. But the fact that this word love, remind me to talk about it once I go through the questions. If there's no pressing questions, there are 2 things that I want your response before I get onto it. One is about the question of what is love, if that was a real question or not, that I think Jack put it through a few, maybe 10 minutes ago. And the other one is about when and why and how I started this idea of writing books and psychology and about relationship advice and all that, breakup advice, so forth. So Rob says he lives in north of Italy. It doesn't help me much. Give me a city name. Very close to Austria. Ah, I see. Okay. So you speak German as well, possibly, or no? It's not like Switzerland that around the border people speak the language of the next country as well. So Jack says mine is the mine is the donkey pissing in the street. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Chula says you you would, yeah, would she play with my feelings like that? It's not that she wants to play with your feelings, their own shortcomings and insecurities, and they simply trying to be nice or say that they're not a bad person, so they say they love you, and then at the same time they break up. So don't take it anything personal. It's something that some people do that does not define you. It has no reflection on who you are. It just has a reflection on who they are, how they see the world, what they need, how fearful or scared of what it is that they're negotiating with in this life, and what they're hoping to attain is. Most people who actually build themselves and educate themselves and learn things, explore life, and have plans and projects and try to attend and experience life and become somebody, accomplish something, they're not wishy-washy. First of all, they don't choose someone unless they go slow and get to know that person. And then when they do, they try to build something rather than just keep looking, who else can offer me a little bit more, or a little bit more reason, a little bit more stuff, some ways that I'll be more confident that I don't have to really try hard in life. I can be lazier because this person will provide. There are some girls who are like that. So don't take it personal. It's up to their mentality and needs, not defining you, their behavior. Chula says, And Excalibur says, Mehran, how many countries did you visit? And is Japan one of them? Yes, Japan is one of them. I've visited some few countries ever since childhood and then adulthood. Germany, Italy, France, Austria, England, US, Canada, Japan, Hong Kong, when it was a country by itself, and many others that I passed through, Turkey, Bulgaristan, and all these when I was a child, but nothing overly. Jack says the donkey can't help but piss in the street. It's his nature. Yeah. And Rob says, merchandise, nice. I will definitely buy one. Yeah, I haven't heard you guys comment on what I just said about the T-shirts with the emblem of my company, the meditating monk sitting in the middle of the waterfall, with sayings, bunch of sayings that you can choose from, sayings that I've said, that you could choose, and then the company would print it underneath the emblem and then send it to you. And I think that would be some good fundraising project for the channel. But I want to know how many of you would feel that would be a good idea and would be interested to wear those T-shirts. Now, let's see. Pablo says, when I graduate high school, I'm going to college in the US. and so is my girlfriend. Even though I know I shouldn't, I'm somewhat worried about what's going to happen to us when we graduate. What should I do? Don't worry, because you at this moment think that you want to be with your girlfriend forever, maybe, and because you have no other knowledge about what things could be in store for you, no other experiences or expectations. But as you grow older, you explore the world more, you will have different characters, you will be developing, and you will have different expectations from a girlfriend. You may not even want this girlfriend anymore, and she may not even want you anymore, because that is the nature of things. You guys got to know each other when you were pretty young, and at the young age, your standards for expectations will be far different than what you would be expecting of a girlfriend, of a partner, when you're older. Because the level of thinking and expectations and experience and exposure to life would have been different. Therefore, your whole persona, your whole expectation and vision of life would be different. Therefore, that would be meaning you want a different kind of partner who would fit the bill, fit the character, because your story changes as you develop. Therefore, you want different characters to be in the theater that you have created out of your life, the story, and so on. So don't worry about worrying it. Just go and enjoy as far as you guys are compatible, and when you're not, you will both feel it, and you will be sad because you know each other for a long time, but it will all just wash away, and you will be ready and fresh to experience new people, and then find a more suitable girlfriend. And she will do the same. But that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or her. It just means that you guys grew, and through growing up, your personalities and your expectations all also grew up and changed. And so that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, Rashid says, Aloy says, how can I achieve my goals knowing that I'm living in a country full of misery, injustice, lack of job opportunity, etc.? Oh, yes, I understand that. Well, in every country, depends first of all what your goals are. If your goals are purely economic, then that pretty much can be done anywhere. You find where the market has missed, there's a gap in there, there's an opening, there's a niche for a certain kind of a service or product, and then you fill that, regardless of the stuff that you mentioned about the miseries and injustice and lack of job opportunity, so on. You create that opportunity for yourself. There's always going to be something that is necessary, needed. And if you can, and I understand how difficult it is when there's no rule of law somewhere, or it's not enforced, it'll be hard to get all the permits and get into the business that you want, because there's always somebody else who wants to have the end road and manipulates the rules and laws, and they kind of keep you out. I understand all that. But there's always going to be something that they don't care. If it's not too big, you just do some product or service that everybody wants, and helps the society in a positive way, and then nobody really cares about it. When you start making lots of money in some corrupt countries, then some of the officials start wanting to have a piece of it. But if you're not really going too crazy on the success of it financially, usually you're just not noticed and they won't mess with you because it's not big enough. But anyhow, you will have opportunities that you can find, something unique that you can do, but preferably something that you would like to do, you would love to do, you would be interested to do, whether it's helping other people or offering some kind of solution to some challenge or problem that people in the society you live in would have, or it's something that you personally are intrigued and want to discover and explore on it. And if none of that works, well, find a way to immigrate to another country that observes the law, and there is a rule of law, and more freedom and helpful regulations for achieving your goals and help the society that you would be living in. Excalibur says, I think my favorite quote by Mehran is, she's not happy with us. That must be very important. And then he lost it laughing after that. I don't know what you're getting at, Excalibur, but okay. I'm just reading everything that is here, just searching for a question. And let's see if I find one or not. Rob says, well, I have a question. Okay, just curiosity, to be honest. Sometimes you say to stick to the reason you are not together anymore. Sometimes you say to stick to the reason you are not together anymore. Okay. But what if there are no given reason and she's not even willing to discuss? Who cares? If there is no reason that she's willing to share with you, it doesn't matter if there is a reason or not. What's important is that she doesn't want to reciprocate or to be in a relationship with you. And that's enough reason. You don't need a reason if somebody says, I don't want to be in this relationship, or I don't want to be with you, or I just don't want to, don't want to be in any relationship. All it matters is the fact that they're saying they don't want to. You don't need a reason for it. You just need to understand that that is your right not to want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you, regardless of what the reason is. Who cares what the reason is? What reason is important? Somebody might say, I don't like the way you look. Somebody might say, I don't like how little money you have. Or somebody might say, I don't like your level of education, or how snob you are, or that you're this way or that way. I don't care. All it matters is that they don't want to be with me. And I respect that. And she can go on and find her own way, and I can go on and find my way. But I don't need to have a reason to feel, oh, that's a justified reason or not a justified reason. All I care is that the only thing that matters is that does she or does she not want to be in a relationship with me? That's all. So why do you care what the reason is? You shouldn't even care. She says, I don't feel like wanting to be in this relationship. You say, okay, great. If she wants to continue and say, but if we can fix these things, or if we can talk about these things, or compromise, or understand the reasons for how we do this, how we do that, then I would like to say, then you continue. You talk about it, explore it. But if one side is not willing to share any reason why she doesn't want to be with you, respect it. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's not like she's the end-all, be-all. She also is a human being who has her shortcomings, and she happens to say that has no other value other than the fact that it's her personal opinion, and that's fine. She can go on, and you can go on. So don't think that you got to have some kind of a applicable or acceptable reason to your mind in order to be okay with that breakup. No, be okay with it no matter what it is. Because the problem is that most of you guys do not understand that all you're complying with, all you're interested in, is about the pleasure that you are seeing in the relationship that you are with the girl that you are. You're not trying to see the girl for who she is. You're seeing the girl as a representation of a pleasure, of intimacy, of how you would feel, your ego would feel, your desires would be fulfilled. So you're looking at her as a desire, as attaining a desire. You're not looking at her as who she is. If you look at her as the fact that she has a consciousness and how that consciousness is put together, what are the contents of her consciousness? Would you accept to want to be interacting with such a person at all? Or the fact that she's got nice legs and nice looks and hair and all that just throws you off thinking that all matters and all qualifications is summed up in how pretty she looks and how desirable she looks to you and how pleasurable it will be to be with her. If that's the case, then you will always fail, because there is nothing to bond a relationship with what I just described if that is all you're interested to give her all the credits and bonuses that it reserves and the expectations that you would have of a girlfriend. But if you get to know her, you will understand that in that image that you're so infatuated with, sexually, intimately, or whatever reason there is the pleasure that you can receive, there is a person, and that person is not the attributes that you see. That person is not the physical attributes that you're physically seeing. That person is in her consciousness, how she thinks, how she behaves, what she has been exposed to, how she is willing to understand you. Does she understand what conflict and divisions are and why they are there? Do you understand that? And if you understand, examine that these are normal attributes for a human being to have differences because their consciousness are different and their upbringing is different, what they've been exposed to is different, then you will be more tolerable in trying to make things work and understand each other better. But if it's only based on how she looks to you, then you really don't have a girlfriend that you know who she is, and you shouldn't be surprised if she changes her mind the next day or behaves weirdly or says this or says that, or because you're expecting a perfection from something that physically you like, but you really don't know what makes that what you like tick. You never tried to understand what you say you love is only the pleasure of being with that physical entity. But you really don't know how she thinks, how she's put together. That's where the bonding and love begins. So you really don't love the girlfriend until you guys really stay together for a while and get to know each other's consciousness and explore it together. Then you will. Then you will. It's like saying, if that was the case, just no different. If you like somebody just because she's pretty, which is great. Everybody wants to have a girlfriend who is pretty in his own taste. But let's say you found a girlfriend that is pretty in your taste, but it is at that point, it is no different than having a mannequin made out of some extraordinary material and has a physical presentation of a beautiful girl. But what about thoughts and mentality and manners and behavior, which is all orchestrated from her mind, her consciousness? The mannequin that is manufactured mannequin doesn't have that inside her. So it's exactly the same as this girl that you don't know anything about her consciousness, but she looks pretty. What's the difference? They both look pretty, and you don't know anything about their the content of their consciousness because the mannequin doesn't have any at all, and the other one, you don't know anything about it. So at that point, they're both the same. So how is it that you think this one that is alive is perfect, even though you still don't know anything about who really she is and how she's put together? But this one that is a mannequin, you call her that, oh, I can't love this. This is not real. Well, the other one is not real either, as long as you don't know her consciousness, how the consciousness is put together. So focus on that. Invest time on that. Get to know that. And then you're in a different level. So let me see if we have another question. Let's see. To be honest, something you see. But what if there is no given reason? Okay, we discussed that. Rob says, I know I've been decent and responsible, as you say often in your videos, And it must be true now. After 5 months, she wants to talk about it. So talk about it. What's the big deal? Talk about it. Don't be afraid. See what it is, what she has to offer, what she means. See if you guys can bond on a new level. Jack says, I'm 22 and I haven't found my life's purpose yet. Why do I have a feeling that something big is coming in my life, like a challenge? Well, it's always the insecurity of each human being that always is afraid if something is going to disturb the wonderful life that one has. So that natural fear of something disturbing what you really are enjoying is the anxiety that you're feeling. Otherwise, there could be nothing, there could be something, but whatever it is, when it comes, you will know, and then you will deal with it when you will. Otherwise, no sense of actually worrying about it for something that hasn't happened yet. Just focus on your life, and it's too early for you to know your life's purpose. You're 22. You're still experiencing to see the things that you like and you enjoy. And then when you have a bunch of things that you experienced, and then you will have a better idea what it is that you want to do. At this point, you don't have enough knowledge or enough exposure to what things you want to do in this life, or what you want to accomplish, what you want to provide, or anything like that. So don't worry about it. Maurice says, why do certain songs that remind us of someone who we're no longer with, who we are no longer with, makes us really sad and nostalgic as the time of hearing it? Well, it's natural, because the song is a trigger that is like a filing, sorting files, the cue for finding a file, and takes the gauge, the cue, right, the pointer, takes the pointer right to that file that belongs to an occasion where you heard that music, that song. And with that song, which is like a pointer toward what period or experience of your life was it that you were hearing this song, and suddenly you will see all those elements in there. One of the elements is your ex. And suddenly you feel the happiness that you were hearing that song with your ex, and you feel the loss of, I don't have that happiness now. But you don't remember why you're not with that person anymore. You don't remember all the bad things that was going on. You only remember all the good things. And that's what makes you feel sad, because it points to a file, a memory file. And most of the time, in the memory file of a past relationship, you're quickly and first and foremost, you see all the good stuff that was happening, all the good memories, palatable ones. Then you start missing it. But when you go a little bit deeper, there are other parts of the file that points toward all the not so good stuff that was in there. Rob says, thanks, Mehran. You're welcome. Excalibur says, you said that after explaining how we've been conditioned to think women are so important, therefore what they think of us is very important, and how that they've broken up with us. Oh, it's the end of the world. Lol. I laughed so much at that back then, and I still laugh when I think about it. Was there a question in there? I thought there was a question in there. So, okay, then you enjoyed it. That's good. Jack says, the song has brought up an old memory. Perhaps that song played during your... Yeah, okay. You guys are answering each other. You don't need me anymore here. What am I doing? So Jack says, I'm also 22 with the same life purpose thing. It must be a 22-year-old thing. You know, let me make it a little bit more easy for you to get a handle on this. Sometimes you stumble on something at the early on age, which is exactly compatible to what you love to do and becomes your interest, and you become expert at it and you enjoy it the most than anything else that you would have ever wanted to do. Even if you had not found it and gone through life, and towards the middle age or older age, you would find this and you would still say, oh yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to do all my life. Sometimes you find that at early on age. That's a blessing. That's great. But often it may happen that you will end up doing lots of things to make money, make ends meet, survive, do your duties, responsibilities for your family, for yourself, and you just don't know any better. You're just trying to do what you think you like. And through all those things that you believe you like or you're interested and you think they're your calling, and you put your time and effort into it, or at least you think that's the best way for you to make money and meet the economic needs for yourself and your family, and you go through all that experience and learn all those things, and eventually after many years doing different things and different careers and all that experience that you gain through all this journey of life, you discover it rises your real clarity about what you really want to do, which you couldn't have known until you have gained all these other experiences to accumulate and bring about and give birth to that what you really want to do, having now knowing all the knowledge that is necessary for you to actually be focused on it and be able to deliver it properly. So sometimes it may take a long time. While you might all along know that all these things that you're doing is not really what you want to do, but you will find other things that compensates and enhances your quality of life and something that you want to do alongside with the things that you do for money, but you are preparing or getting to know about something that you're really interested. And that interest eventually accumulates enough knowledge that you can then eventually put it to work. It will all come together naturally by itself. It's not like you figure out what you want to do and you go do it. Sometimes what you want to do is, you know what you want to do. You know at least these are things that you're doing is not what you want to do, and you have an idea what you really want to do, but you're not ready for it. And through the experiences that you gain in life and things you do, you will gain all that experience, and eventually you'll be ready to do it. And then you will get to know to do it. For example, in my own case, I've done lots of things in life. Lots of things that I like to do and lots of things I really didn't care. But I did it very good to the best of my ability because I wanted to be professional. I wanted to do it with honest intentions and the best I can do to provide services for my clients or whatever it was that I was trying to accomplish. That was my personality, to do the job as best as I can, regardless of if I really like to do it or it's my favorite thing to do or not. But all through my life, I knew there is something that it hasn't come to be, but I had my interests, which I made notes, which I elaborated on it, which I wrote articles, and kept it all until all these knowledge and experiences that I was looking for was gathered. And then it was a time, enough experience and knowledge and education and explorations that I had done gave me the opportunity. When the time was right, it showed me the way. Everything fell together and everything came one after the other to help me to become that person that is good enough and knows enough knowledge, which is naturally his intention and his expertise or his abilities, to then unleash it toward what he wanted to accomplish. So sometimes it can be at the early age of youth. Sometimes it could take years. For me, it took years, while all along I knew none of those things that I'm doing is what I really want to do. And few of things that I thought it wasn't. And I know what I really wanted to do all along when I was preparing for it. 60 years in the making, about 60 years in the making, with everything that I did, was exactly this that I'm doing now. So it could be early on, or it could be later on. Either way, paddle on, plow through, keep going. The time comes that everything is clear and you're ready for what it is that you really want to do. In the meantime, take care of the basics. Learn, educate yourself, experience yourself, and take care of the economics. Excalibur asks, did you enjoy Japan? It's my #1 favorite country, followed by Canada and then America. Well, yeah, I did enjoy Japan. It was like a couple of weeks there, and it was really interesting at the time. Of course, nowadays I'm kind of hesitant to go there because of all that Fukushima garbage that happened. But I hate it when people don't take good care of the environment and poison the world. These politicians with their lack of knowledge or foresight and selfishness, and so end up lots of people have to suffer for it. So, however, I love Japan. I think it's a great country, great culture, and I quite identify with lots of their cultural things. It's, I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. And Al loves Japan. I see. How can I get rid of the fear of being left? I can't enjoy life and experience other things because I'm too focused on my fear of losing my boyfriend. Wish you well. Why you fear to lose your boyfriend? If you ever feel fearful of losing something, well, then you will not enjoy what you have, because you're constantly focusing on not losing it instead of enjoying it. When you focus on enjoyment, you will not lose it. And if you lose it, then it's not your fault, and at the same time, who gives a shit? You go on and find somebody who wants to reciprocate and be with you as much as you want to be with them. Stop being fearful of life. Let the life unfold. Do your best at any given time, as best as you can, instead of, short of being just sacrificially lamb and do whatever it is that they want to do. Just be balanced and build a relationship and see how it goes. Don't be afraid. If this doesn't work, if this person doesn't appreciate you, that means it wasn't good enough for you. It doesn't mean you were not good enough. It means that person wasn't good enough for you. And then you will focus on new opportunities. That's all. Jack says, I'm exactly at that stage. Why would I waste my time doing something I don't enjoy just for the money? Money isn't the most important thing. I'd rather earn money from doing what I love, which is astrophotography. Well, if that gives you enough money to survive, and you don't have to suffer from the consequence of doing what you love, and there's a balance in there, well, do it. Or maybe do it in a smaller scale until you have enough money accumulated so you can do it a little bit bigger and so on. If you can live with little money and you don't have any other family responsibility and so on, yeah, why not? You can build on that. Al loves Japan. Thank you very much. Appreciate you so much. My pleasure. Just tell me, how did your name become Al? Because it says Al loves Japan, but obviously you're a lady. So is it short for Alexandra? Excalibur asks, can we love without attachment? Well, you have to first understand what is love. Is what you call love, is it really love? Like when you say you love that person, Do you love her? Do you actually love her? Or do you love what she does for you? Or if a woman says that she loves her boyfriend, does she love him? Or does she love what he does for her? The feeling that he brings for her, or the things that maybe he buys for her, the comfort that is provided for her. And you, do you love your girlfriend, your wife? Or do you love how you feel being around her? Or you love the pleasure you receive? Or is it the sex that you call love? These days, anything that they call love, it's actually sex that they call it love. And the word love is being used for almost everything. I love this food, I love this movie, I love this game, I love to do this, to do that. Love is used in every single way. It's a different way. And then they also say love making. I mean, how could we be making love when you got to actually get to know the consciousness of the person to actually know if you can love that person? And then you say, I love my religion, I love my country, but I want to kill others for them. So how could you love while you commit to kill? So the word love is really being abused and lost its real meaning. You know, look at the countries. They all say they're religious countries and they love themselves, they love their religion, they love their country, but they go and bomb another country and kill other people. I mean, the word love is really bastardized and nobody really using it. So let's find out what really love is. And then come back to your original question. Do you love her? Or do you love what she does for you? So understanding the word love to begin with. When you're having sex, you say, I'm making love. How are you making love? You're having sex. It's intimacy. What do you mean? The fact is, when you're having sex, you're in a moment that you think of nothing else, where you don't exist anymore. There is no me. When there's no me, that's when the real love is. And when you're having sex and climax, that's the time you're not thinking about bills, school, homework, relationship, work, money, yourself, anything. Nothing exists. There is even me doesn't exist. And that's why you call love. And you mix up the meaning of sex and love to the same, and he has stayed with it. And every time somebody's interested in a woman, as they say, oh, I love her. In fact, they want to just have sex with her. They haven't gotten to know her to say they love her. So this is something you want to think about a little bit, that what really is love that you're talking about. But the real love is when there is no me, when there's no ego, desire, no nothing left, no responsibility, no thought, no function of any kind, no awareness of yourself. That's when real love is. And then when you're having sex, that's really the moment that this whole thing is created. There is no me, and then you call that love. But really, that's the feeling of sex. So I wonder if we really have explored, if you have explored for yourself what really love is all about. So Nadine says, I really like the way of your thinking. Thank you, I appreciate that. If that is towards me, because I guess everybody talks to everybody somehow here. So Excalibur says, what she does for you plus compatible consciousness equals love, because you said before that it shouldn't be unconditional. Yes, it shouldn't be unconditional, but remember, to love is like you don't have a sense of awareness of yourself and your needs. But love making, and to be in love with the relationship, that's two different things. So you might want to focus on that a little bit deeper. So, because we use the word love so freely without really knowing what exactly we mean. Is it really the state of me not being there that I say I love? Or is it the state of the fact that I want that relationship or sex, intimacy with that girl, so I call it love? Am I referring to love? Am I referring to sex as love? Love making? You're not love making. How are you going to be making love? How you create love? Are you making love? You're having sex. But they call it love making. Oh, Nadine, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Well, guys, I think it's been 1 hour and 16 minutes. I think we've covered lots, and it's time for some of you maybe to rest, and some others like me maybe to head to the gym eventually. And so I hope we had a good time together here, and please do remember to visit my site, mind@seekstruth.com, and take a look at the ebooks and look at the table of contents and read the sample chapter and enjoy. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, of course, make an appointment on the Skype Skype consultation sessions, and you can follow that through my site. And also promote the videos that you like on your social media so the channel would be more popular and we get to know and have more friends around the world and subscribers, so we can all grow that way. No, the streams don't take years to upload. They're always 1 day behind. So today I uploaded yesterday's live streaming, or day before's. So maybe if I'm doing this every day pretty much, then I'll just upload it same night. That would be easier. Okay, guys, have a wonderful evening or day wherever you are, and I look forward to talk to you again soon. And thank you again for spending your time with me here, and be good to yourself, to the others, and talk to you later. Bye for now.